Welcome back to Gaming with Krushworth. You see, I've played a lot of video games, and that means one thing. I've been to a lot of video game worlds. I've been to space, I've battled on 2 titans, I've seen planets collide, and among my favorites are fantastical medieval lands. I'm talking hundreds of hours I've put into gaming. But there are also worlds that nobody would want to live in, either for the horrible monsters that reside there, awful violence going on, or just Black Mirror levels of strange. That's right, I'm talking about my top 10 video game worlds I would not want to live in. Let's get going with number 10, Persona 3 Reload. A normal place during the day, but at midnight, a dreadful change occurs during the dark hour. The world turns a sickly shade of green, and the residents, well, they liquefy and transmogrify into coffins. There's a massive twisted tower, Tartarus, that looms over the island, with shadows feeding on people in the street. When they awake, well, they have the apathy syndrome. Death is everywhere. It's also the theme of the game. But there's also the incredibly jazzy dormitory theme, so everything's okay. Right? I'll pass on being a red pile of goo. Thanks. Good thing there's happy moments with the party. Number 9, Elden Ring. Everything about From Software's incredible Elden Ring is creepy, unsettling, disturbing, and terrifying. Miyazaki-san and George R.R. Martin created an all-time great here. It's a Souls game for the ages and one of the most lore-intensive dark fantasy worlds of all time. Oh, what's that? You want creeping dread and misery around every corner, paired with disgusting, horrifying monsters that inhabit the lands between? Coming right up. Distant screams of people in Limgrave echo in my ears, and the Shabriri grapes are rotting eyeballs taken from maddened warriors. No big deal, just hand them to a blind woman looking for light. Don't get me started on Godric the Grafted, who has a penchant for attaching limbs to himself that aren't his. These are just a few distressing elements, so if you have anything to add, feel free to comment below. I might be an Elden Lord, but I'm no master of lore. Even the nicest NPC, Alexander, a living jar, might well have people inside him and they're not alive. If I had to, I'd pop in for a visit to Elden Ring, but only to the Round Table Hold. I'll save the scarlet rot that eats you from the inside out to the tarnished. If you like what you're seeing from me and my channel, please like this video, comment below, and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that bell for all notifications. Number 8, Diablo. An eternal battle between angels and demonic forces wages in the realms above, below, and on the surface of Sanctuary. It's an awfully hopeless place. The dead roam everywhere, the entirety of creation is at risk, horrors abound, there's brutal dungeons, and butchers? Even the hero of Diablo 1, well, he tries to do a good thing, but kind of ends up screwing over the whole world. In Diablo 4, Lilith's blood magic chills me to the core, and the cutscenes, well, they're suitably horrific. Blizzard, you've always outdone yourself here, going back decades. If I lived anywhere, it would be the not ravaged Tristram, thank you very much, as all versions of that place has seen a combination of bloodshed, the madness of kings, and savaged by demons. If you're not an adventurer, walking out of town, staying in, or just standing in one place for too long is probably not going to end well. I'd want to stay as close to Tyrael as I could. Number 7, the Oregon Trail. A real-life 2,170-mile east-west wagon trail route through Kansas, Nebraska, and Wyoming was at one point in early American history the only way across the interior. People faced many dangers, including but not limited to cholera, typhoid fever, poor sanitation, accidents, and injuries. If you're of a certain age, you'll remember trying to successfully guide your party from Independence, Missouri to Oregon's Willamette Valley by covered wagon. Or you've played the new remastered version on Nintendo Switch. One or the other. This one's twofold. I'm glad I lived when I do. I enjoy modern amenities, but if I was to be in this game or time, I wouldn't last very long. I think I'd be taken out trying to ford a river. Yep, that's how I'd go. When you perished in the original game, you received a gravestone, and then playing it again, you could see where your original group met their end. Nothing better than that. Number 6, Fallout 3. The wasteland is terrifying. It's dusty, dismal, oppressive, and if I wasn't blasted by raiders, I'd probably be roasted by the fire ants. Is there room in that pod with Brian Wilkes? Even if I did make my way out of a vault and I wasn't taken out by a zealous overseer, I'd be dragged away by a super mutant. It'd be a miracle if I made it to Megaton. Everything is irradiated, purified water is a rarity, and I'd be forced to drink from less than desirable places. Likely get addicted to chems, and I'll throw it in, suffer mutations. There's the zombie-like ghouls, and let's just say some of the factions are plain evil. Monsters, yep, there's Yao Guais, the truly cursed centaurs, and Deathclaws. Pleasant. Oh, Megaton, home sweet home. The memories. Such a lovely place. Nope, there's a bomb in the middle of town. Now, if I were to be transported to the world of Fallout, I think I'd rather hang out in Rivet City. Nothing really bad seems to happen there, so I think I'd be okay. For a little bit at least. Number 5, The Sims. A seemingly mundane choice, The Sims, but it's awful to not have your own agency and have others controlling you. Or maybe I'd be lucky and someone would be kind? Did that ever happen? Want to go into the pool? The creator takes away the ladder. Or some true menace would use the Rosebud code and make a home with TVs for walls. I would know, because I did it. Years back, my sim, Green Mojo, yes, that was his name, turned all of them on and croaked when his AI couldn't turn each TV off in time. Number 4, Lies of P. Welcome to Krat, and one of my worst nightmares. In this world, inventors created and integrated puppets into their lives, and in an obvious twist of fate everyone saw coming, they turn against their owners and unalive pretty much everyone in the puppet frenzy. A grotesque twist on Carlo Collodi's 19th century work, The Adventures of Pinocchio and the Beauty of the Belle Epoque. I would never want to live here. It's less to do with the grotesque monsters afflicted with the petrification disease and more to do with my own fear. I'm absolutely terrified of wax figures. Yes, these are puppets, but same difference to me. The way some of these enemies twist their way up from the ground is upsetting. I do, however, love the music. Stay for the OST, leave when the puppets lurch towards me. Number 3, Hollow Knight. I'd get to inhabit the bleak fallen kingdom of Hallownest as a bug. These bugs are really cute. I appreciate the role bugs play, but I'm glad that they're doing it away from me. This game lives in my head rent-free. Its levels are rich, detailed, and I felt the sorrow of a people scattered, no longer inhabiting the halls of their kingdom. It's positively haunting. The soundtrack is an absolute triumph. These tracks go from serene to haunting to uproarious. The Dung Defender? Am I right? To thundering battle tunes to fit the sweatiest fight. There's a horrible infection afflicting the dreams of Hallownest's residents. The only way to stop its rampage is to house it within a bug, a capital V vessel, sundering its free will. It's also quite chilling to live in a world where at any point the night might use the dream nail on me to hear my innermost thoughts. Is anything sacred these days? Remember, in this scenario, I'd just be an ordinary bug with no protection from the fast-moving infection. I'd be holed up in some cave or hanging out with the last stag. Number 2, The Witcher 3. Geralt of Rivia is one of the most well-loved characters in video gaming. But as we've seen, that doesn't mean I'd want to live in his world. It's legendarily, ridiculously grim. The continent, yes, that's what it's called, has been ravaged by near-constant warfare. The population is forced to face the horrific atrocities that come with armed conflict. The villages are always dismal, dirty, and the people are often starving. In this, there is no black and white, only shades of grey. I'd probably be a grimy villager with nary a coin to toss to a Witcher, even if I wanted to. No coinage to pay to take out plague maidens or terrible night wraiths, but I feel I'd have enough sense to stay as far away from Crookback Bog. Those crones haunt me to this day. Oh, and the scary wild hunt come and decimate whole villages. And now I've come to the number 1 world I would not want to live in, and it's surprising. It's ski-free. Released for Windows 3.0 in 1991, Ski-Free was, on the surface, a game about downhill skiing. I used to ski and was good at it. I could easily avoid the trees, other people on the slopes, but one thing haunts my dreams, and it's why I wouldn't want to live in this world. The Yeti. If you know, you know. There's no way to outski the Yeti, who runs in at breakneck speed from the left or right and gobbles you up, and then dances on the spot where he ate you. To me, this is worse than all other entries. In those, you have a slight chance at life. If this was me, there'd be nothing worse than being taken out by the Yeti, reloading at the top, probably still with the knowledge of what happened, only to be eaten again. Thanks for watching this episode of Gaming with Krushworth. You know me, I'm always cooking up content right here in Krushworth headquarters. But until next time, you'll see me soon. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, and crush that bell to catch all my videos. And get this, reviewing games is new to me, YouTube isn't. Gaming with Krushworth joins Traveling with Krushworth in the Krushworth Extended Universe. What games are you playing? Let me know in the comments below. See you later.